Well, you mentioned that the audience for the show is quite different than the audience for your music. Does this come through then when the writing process for the first album started and still now?
No, I mean I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm just saying that obviously you can look at it and that, with 7 million people voting for me, I haven't had 7 million people buy one song. So I don't think the people watching the show don't buy music. It's just that they like watching the show. So when I write an album, I want them 7 million people to like it and buy it. So you're always, all the time, writing songs to impress everyone. I mean, there's 60 million people in the UK. I'd love them all to like my music. Not all gonna like it, but that's what you try and achieve, is to get as many people as you can to like your music. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do every day. Every album that I wrote, the first album, the second album, even this new album, Right Place, Right Time, every album I try and impress new people and try and be bigger than I can, and that's why I'm coming over to Europe as well to try and get bigger.
Is this also the reason why you've decided to re-release the album combined with a couple of songs from the previous record in the
Yeah, I mean
States?
that's kind of, it was a conscious effort to show people that, maybe the fans, especially here and other countries, that there has been other albums before this one, but a lot of other artists have done it before. Just to merge a couple of songs from the second album, just so people can get an idea of the music, and it also makes it a better album, I think, because if you can put this album, I've got Dance With Me Tonight, Heart Skips a Beat, Oh My Goodness on it, and I Need You Now. I mean, 4 of my favourite songs that are from that album. Plus then you're adding, Troublemaker, Army of Two, Dear Darling, Right Place, Right Time have all been singles. Then you've got Hand on Heart, you've got Hey You Beautiful. It's a real solid album. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Really, really pleased.
Is it also because it's your first album released in North America, basically your introduction to you?
Yeah, it was a good introduction to everyone for me and as an artist and where I am right now. I think that that'll be the last time I do it, and then the next time I do an album will be everyone will have the same album across the world, because I want them to really hear my music.
Was there a specific reason then that your albums, the previous two, weren't aimed at the United States, or simply because?
Well, any album, there was no reason. Just it wasn't the right time to go over there. You can't just release as soon. Not every song's going to be able to go in the American market. Not every album's going to be, it's going to work. So you have to be conscious that you have to do an album that's very international, an album that can get played in Amsterdam, an album that can get played in Holland, an album that can get played in Germany, can get played in America, can get played in the UK. Like everyone is listening to it and going, this is a really good album. Whereas I felt the first two albums were very British, very UK based, and maybe didn't have that international appeal that maybe Troublemaker has now and the new album. So it's just about building and keep working hard, and hopefully I'll keep having success with the next albums and keep building.
Well, obviously the song Troublemaker you did with Flo Rida. So was this a conscious decision as well, or was it something that just happened working?
Well, it was a bit of both, really. I mean, it just happened, and luckily we had a contact for Flo Rida, and we pushed it and we got it, which was amazing. But also at the same time, when you're doing a song, you want someone who's really big in the market to do it, and he was someone that everyone knew who he was, and it was an easy decision because everyone knew who Flo Rida was, and obviously, it really sold the song for me across the world, and it was a really good moment for me in my career. So I'm hoping that obviously now, the next album, hopefully we can get some more people involved, or none. We'll just see what happens.
Just depends on how you feel.
Yeah, but it depends on the song, it depends on what you pick, and depends what kind of person you want to get for it, and also if you can get the right person, it has to be the right person for the right song. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, you've tried to, or this is from the website, you try to renew yourself or keep things fresh. You like to keep things fresh.
I always try every album to reinvent myself, and not reinvent myself physically, but just my music, and keep people interested. I think if you keep trying to change your songs, and if you keep trying to do the same songs all the time, it gets boring, and people are just like, oh, it sounds the same as the last record. So I'm always trying to reinvent myself and do different sort of music that people necessarily wouldn't expect me to do.
Like?
Well, I think it's just being a pop star. That's what pop stars are all about. I mean, you know, I'm not going to sit here and give examples of other artists and what they do because that's their.
No, but I kind of mean what type of music.
Well, I mean, like if, for example, Heart Skips a Beat. Look at it like this: Heart Skips a Beat is a completely different record to Dance Me Tonight. Dance Me Tonight is a completely different record to Oh My Goodness. All these three songs are so different to Troublemaker. Army of Two is completely different to all them songs. Dear Darling is completely different to all them songs. Right Place, Right Time maybe has a similar sort of vibe to Dear Darling, but again, it's a different kind of song. So all 4 or 5 of them songs, like I try and change it all the time and make it exciting for my fans. So when they listen to my songs, it's not, oh, it's the same sort of chords or it's the same instruments. It's a bit different, you know, it's completely different. And I think that's where I feel as a pop star, that's where I am, it's where I like to be, in a place where people are unsure what I'm going to release and they're excited about that.
To build anticipation in a sense as well.
Yeah, my fans especially. I mean, you know, maybe there probably isn't any anticipation for other people's listening to music, but I know for my fans, you know, and I know what they want, and you know, for the last 3 albums it's worked, and I love that. You know, when I listen to Michael Jackson and some of the greatest pop stars that have ever lived, you know, listen to their albums, it's so different. I mean, Michael Jackson used to do like, you know, Dirty Diana, and then he would do like a Billie Jean kind of record, then he would do like, then he'd write a song like Ben, and then he would do, you know, Smooth Criminal, you know, and they're all so different, you know, and that's kind of the way I look at my music, is that everything's got to revolve and try new things out and make it different.
Okay, and with that thought in mind, have you started writing for the next record? Yeah,
the new record, I'm in the process of just done a few songs on it. I'm really excited about. You know, it's a long way off, but I'm excited about it for sure. I mean, it's got a really good vibe about it, and you know, I'm really excited about the feel of it, and it's got a really, I don't know, it's got something really special about it so far, and I think just got to keep working hard and you know, keep writing good songs, I think, and I'm just trying to make something different again and something more slicker, something a bit more cooler, something a bit more maturer, something just to, you know, take me to the next level. I think that's the next album for me. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
So that's a definite ambition to keep growing and
yeah, for sure.
Bigger.
I think you can't be stagnant. I mean, I need to push myself as an artist as far as I can go, and if I can keep pushing as far as I can go, then I know my limit. And if I get to a certain limit and I know I can't go any further, then great. But I think as in any job we do, maybe your job or someone down the street, you know, you all, any job you're in, you got to push yourself. If you don't push yourself, then every day just gets the same and it's a bit boring and yeah. But I think if you push yourself and you give yourself the best opportunity to be the most successful in any job, then you know, if it fails, it fails. At least you've tried.
And this mentality, is this what made you or compelled you to go for X Factor and to
yeah, this definitely made me. I mean, I looked at people's lives, and it was so many people that were successful in jobs and made a career for themselves and got money and, you know, living a good life. And I thought, you know, I want to do that. I want to be successful. I want to be, you know, I want to have money in the bank. I want to be able to look after my family. I want to be able to, you know, live a good life. But I want to be successful with that. I don't want to just be something and, you know, I don't want to just get given money. I want to work for it, and I want to be successful for it. And I want people to go, you know what, he's done really well. And I think I'm getting that now. It's amazing. It's great that people see me as a success. But I just, you know, when you get successful, you just want to keep being successful. And so that's what my ambitions are. And I've always had that ever since I was at school. And when I finished school, I just wanted to be a success in something. And I couldn't find it for a few years, but then I found music.
Was this something instilled into you by your parents or something?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it was installed by my parents or anyone. I don't know. I think I grew up and I looked at my life and realised what I wanted to do from it and wanted to achieve. And I suppose everyone's different. Everyone's got a different outlook on life. Everyone's got a different perception of it. Everyone's got a different view. Everyone's got different ambitions. Everyone's got different drive. Everyone's got different enthusiasm. So maybe my enthusiasm and my drive is different to anyone else. Maybe I'm, you know, to people around me. I know my mum and dad. I don't think, you know, they've always worked hard, but I mean, I just really wanted to be who I wanted to be, and I think if I'm a singer really. I know I'm a pop star as they put it, but I'm a singer, and I just wanted to be the best I could be at this, you know. And obviously in this kind of job, the rewards and the money and the finances behind it is obviously very rewarding. But I mean, you know, my dad works just as hard as I do in his job, and maybe it isn't as rewarding as this job, but I know it's rewarding for him, and he enjoys his job and he loves it.
Well, you made the distinction, or a slight distinction, between pop star and a singer. And what to you is then the distinction between
I don't know. I don't know. I think because I'm a normal guy, and I just live in Essex still. I live with my family and friends, and I think I just look at myself as a singer because I just want to be a normal guy. But obviously, on the other hand, I am a pop star. So in other people's eyes, in the UK and you know, across Europe and stuff, people see me as a pop star. But for me and my friends and my family, I'm just Olly. I'm just a singer.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Okay. Right.
Perfect.